Hello friends, Vivo V19 camera comes with a lot of promises and Vivo claims it does better with night images and videos. In this video, I am going to test its camera for day and night images, video stabilization, bokeh and monochrome effect on videos, images in the dark with or without night mode, and of course bokeh, macro shots and slow-mo video quality. So let's start our test. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon for getting notifications to my camera and battery tests. This phone has this 48 megapixel main camera, which is a common practice these days. The rest of them are 8 megapixel ultrawide, 2 megapixel bokeh and 2 megapixel macro sensors. I think 2 megapixel macro should have been a 5 megapixel because we recently saw a similar sensor at a much lower price in Redmi Note 9s, and Redmi Note 9 Pro is also doing the same. Here on the front, there is a dual lens setup for selfies consisting of 32 megapixel and 8 megapixel ultrawide lens that is there for wider selfies. The default camera app has tons of features. Jovi's intelligence keeps guiding for almost every scenario. Vivo gives too much preference to the beauty modes and there is a huge variety of them to shape up the subject. But I think there is a room to simplify the app for convenient photographic experience. So coming back to the image quality of the day shots, all the lenses of Vivo V19 seems to behave differently for color reproduction. The standard mode grabs the real colors. In the day shot, the details are quite reasonable and I have no complaints about the noise, which looks well under control. The dynamic range looks decent enough to highlight a variety of darker areas in the image. With 48 megapixel mode, the phone can shoot bigger images, but they look a bit treated. Saturation is slightly higher than the standard mode. Here the cloudy sky looks bluish in the 48 megapixel image, which wasn't the case in the 12 megapixel mode. Another 40MP shot a few seconds later turned the bluish sky to grayish. I don't know why the same mode acted differently in just a few seconds. On this cloudy morning when sunlight wasn't properly available, 48MP seems to have a lot of noise. Here when we zoom in both the images, the 12MP shot at its actual size seems to show better detail as compared to this 48MP image, which looks too noisy. Check out here and here. On the other hand, HDR mode does quite a good job on Vivo V19 camera. Take a look at this image when the sun is rising from behind the signboard. The standard mode blows it out, whereas the HDR does what it is supposed to do. This mode also causes a more yellowish treatment on the image. The HDR image on the right side clearly shows it. However, overall the HDR is doing a good job. It has been able to reveal the details the standard shot was unable to show. As noted earlier, the 48MP is treating things differently. Again, the sky is a little bluer here, and when we zoom in the image to actual size, the 48MP shows a lot of noise. But I think on your smartphone screens, you are never going to notice this difference or bother about it, because everything will look cooler and crisp on this Super AMOLED screen. Vivo V19 camera seems to work amazingly when the sunlight is all over. This town hall building looks quite saturated, filled with lot of details, and noise is also well under control. Even in the 48MP mode, the noise doesn't seem to disturb too much, although it is still there. V19 has a good Pro mode that allows a lot of tweaks. You can play around with the number of settings. From the setting area, you can turn on the raw images option that will create an additional image with DNG extension. This format stores a lot of raw information about the image that you can easily edit to anything on your computer. Pro mode takes 48MP JPG and DNG shots. The super wide angle lens is 8 megapixel, which is helpful in situation like this. It can take a very decent shot that is colorful and detailed. We had a very interesting night photography experience with Vivo V19, where the ambient light is good. All three modes, standard, HDR and night, show almost similar results. Have a look at these images I shot with HDR and night mode. They look nearly similar in detail, colors and contrast. In certain instances, the HDR mode produces softer and less detailed images at night. However, the low lit areas are better shot with the night mode. Vivo V19 camera does amazingly well with the bokeh mode and macro mode in the day shots. The edge detection is very clean and the blurred areas carries no noise in the daylight. Selfies and portrait are seemingly the specialties of Vivo V series and V19 speaks it louder. Pictures at night are very well handled with the phone. As they claim, the night shots even in the low lit and darker areas are very nicely exposed. I would say better than some of the phones released lately. Its 32 megapixel front camera makes use of screen flash and does a great job both indoor and outdoor. The noise suppression mechanism is amazingly good. Even in the darker areas, the noise doesn't seem to bother much. The default mode uses preset beauty enhancement tools, but it can always be customized from an extensive beauty mode, which can do almost anything with your face and body. I must say this phone is a complete makeup box for portrait and selfies lover. This phone allows us to make up to 1080p videos from the front camera and 4K videos from the rear, but the ultra stable mode only works with 720p videos. Have a look at the video result at different resolutions. Vivo V19 has this amazing feature, art mode, that allows you two things: blur the background and monochrome the background. It works with both front and back camera. Right now this is the monochrome mode, as you can see, and now I'm going to switch it to the blurred background mode. So this is the bokeh mode and you can see the background getting blurred. It only allows the blur at 720p resolution, so no 1080, no 4K blur backgrounds. So friends, this is a complete camera review of Vivo V19 from my side, and I'm ending this video by shooting it on Vivo V19 itself, because I want to show you how does it look like to shoot this video at night with this phone. And I must tell you, there is not much light around. I'm only using the flash of this phone, and there is an external mic that I'm using, and everything is Vivo now. So to sum it up, this phone is amazing with selfies and portraits in day and night, and there is an art mode that can let you blur the background in your videos and monochrome them as well. And then this bokeh and macro shots, they're really amazing when the light is good at day, but as the light goes down, the noise comes in. With 48 megapixel shot, I'm not happy with this huge noise that comes in even in the day shots. I think Vivo has to take care of it. There has to be a solution with an OS update. And then the second thing I'm also concerned about is the city shots at night, because this seems to be a bit inconsistent. Sometimes night mode works better, sometimes HDR mode works better, so there has to be a consistency with the night mode. I think that too Vivo will take care with a software update. So friends, if you like this video, do like it, share it, and do let me know in the comment area that what do you think about this phone. Is the camera great or not? And until my next video, Allah Hafiz.